Hey guys, I just want to thank you for watching. For those of you who watched my first video, I've had some comments back off people saying how they thought I was brave and everything, and I just want to say thank you really for watching the first one. Yeah, so welcome to my second video. I just noticed I look like they're off. I've got a name. This not Anna. The other one. Off Frozen. Anyway, if you don't mind, I'll just take it out and then... Because I'm with it. Oh, I've always wanted to do that. Anyway, on a serious note, yeah, in this video I'm going to be talking about recovery. For me, it was hard. It was a really hard process to go through. Recovery isn't easy. I think the first stage is admitting that you have something... that there's something wrong, which isn't something everyone wants to do. I mean, who wants to admit that something's not right? Not a lot of people. But I just want to say that it's one of the first things that you have to come to terms with, is that yes, you do have an eating disorder, and I think also that it's a choice of wanting to be healed and wanting to change. As humans, I don't think change comes easy, but I think you have to be strong within yourself to admit and to admit that you want to change. For me, it took a couple of years before I came to the point where I was like, I've had enough, I want change in my life. And it was one of the biggest turning points I've ever really come across. It was one of the hardest, though. It was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. But yeah, recovery. As I said, the first point is to admit that there's something wrong and to ask people around you. A lot of people with eating disorders won't ask for help, they won't seek for help. A lot of the time because they're scared, they're afraid, and again, they don't want to admit that they have a problem. When you have an eating disorder, a lot of it comes with secret behaviour, a lot of hiding, a lot of secrecy, a lot of not admitting, a lot of not telling the whole truth on situations. Because for me, it was like, this is mine. This is the only thing that I can say is mine. But I think the most important step to help somebody with anorexia or any other eating disorder is to make them realise, make them bring it into light that they have a problem. It's not going to be one of the easiest things. If you suspect someone with it, I think you could talk to them about it. I had a lot of people come to me and express how they felt, and I heard what they said, I listened to them, I really cared what they thought, I really cared what they thought about me, but I had to come to the realisation myself that I needed help, that I wanted help, and that I will change. So yeah, that's basically, if you are somebody who is seeing it from an outside point of view and you've got somebody who is going through it, then those are steps you can take, is to talk to them, bring it into light, watch how their behaviour is changing, watch how they're changing. Don't try and personally come and control the situation, because for me, I had help, but I didn't like somebody else taking my control away. It made me worse. Because anorexia, eating disorders, they are a control thing. It's controlling the only thing that you have that is yours. And that makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to anybody else, but that is the situation. Don't try and control them. Just be there for them. Make them see what's going on. Make them come to terms with it, and just let them know that you're there for them. And they will well, I hope that they will come to you and to talk to you for help and ask you for help. It's one of the hardest things. And secondly, when the person with the eating disorder goes and asks for help, when I ask for help, there's a process within that. It's not going to change just like that. It's going to be a long process. It may be a short process, it may be a long process. For me personally, it has been a very long journey. It's been a long process. I've had brilliant help throughout my journey. There have been times where I've done it alone, and that's been extremely difficult. But yeah, during recovery, there are different steps of doing it. You have to keep going at it, because the moment you give up is the moment that you're very most likely to go back down the I can't say it, so I'm just going to go downwards again. So once you've asked for help, once you go for help, there is a process where your body is going to have to restore itself. Because when you've been so malnutritioned and you've got no nutrition in you at all, your body's been eating itself, your organs are failing, because when you have an eating disorder, you are missing the vital ingredients that you need to keep your body running. It's like a car. If you don't give it fuel, it's going to stop running. That's exactly like a body. If you don't give it food, it's going to stop working properly. Your brain will start shutting down. Your major organs, your heart will start having problems. You'll get electrolyte imbalances. So these are the vital things. During recovery, you're given food to start your body to work properly. Once your body starts working properly and you're getting the proper foods and the nutrition in you, your brain can start working, so then they can start on your emotional side, which without the food you're not going to be able to process properly. For me, when I started feeding again, the worst thing I went through was putting on weight again. It wasn't just a physical thing, it wasn't just looking at my body and thinking, I've put on a lot of weight. It was an emotional thing as well. It was like, I'd done all that hard work, I lost the weight to then have to put it back on, and they're trying to make me fat. That is one thing that is the really hardest thing to go through, is to think they're making me fat, which isn't true. Your body has to go through a stage where it's trying to get back to its normal balance. So I looked like I was pregnant when I put on weight, and my belly was going through absolutely excruciating pain, and for a long time I didn't know what that was. And I had a few other stuff going on at the same time, but I now realise that was my body trying to fix itself. When it goes through the re-feeding program, your body is trying to get back to its normal process, and in that process it's having to find its natural body weight. So I kept bloating, my belly kept hurting, I had problems, and also I realised I had food allergies, which I mentioned in my other video. So yeah, that's part of the recovery process that you have to deal with, but it's worth it in the end. My body's now gone back to a natural, how my body likes to be, how my weight should be, and healthy, really healthy. And it's actually really invigorating. Like, I can wake up in the morning and not think, oh, what am I going to eat today? I've got to a natural rhythm where I'm like, I can eat that and be okay. And I think that's a sign of recovery, people. And it's like, that can happen for you too. Like, for you guys who are going through recovery at the moment and who are going through a heck of a lot with an eating disorder, I advise you, go get the help, go start your recovery. Admit to yourself you know, that it's not going to be easy. I ask myself actually now, if I could put all my energy into that disorder in order for me to get older, why can't I put all the energy that I use there into recovery, into helping myself, into growing my life, into succeeding? Because that's one of the things that you have with an eating disorder, is you get depression, where you think that you are never going to succeed to anything. But I can tell you out there, you can succeed, you can change, you can do this, you can get your recovery, and you can be brilliant, you can be beautiful, you can be brilliant. And do you know what? I do not care what people think about me anymore. I'm getting on with my life. I have been at rock bottom beforehand. I have had a journey, and I just want to share this with people, and I really don't care what people think. If people say to you that you're not worth it, I'm here to tell you you are worth it. And do you know what? What if you wake up one day and think, what if I could be different? What if I could let go of everything I've been holding on to? What if I could have a fire in my heart that tells me that I am beautiful, that I am different, that I can change, that it doesn't matter what anybody thinks of me, it doesn't matter about what I'm going through, about how hard it is, about how much I am tired of doing the same thing day in, day out, not having a life, not being able to live. Well, I'm going to tell you, there is something so much better out there for you guys, and this is not the end. This is not the end. Well guys, thank you for watching this second video. I will be doing more, and if I didn't touch on a lot of the subjects, I'm sorry, but I'm in a rush to get to bed because I am so tired. But anyway, my videos will have more content as I get on with doing more of them. I will also be touching on other subjects, not just eating disorders. And I'm quite aware how long this video is, so I'm sorry about that. But anyway, thanks for watching again, and tune into my next one.